So, I'm a bit of a nerd. Shocker, shocker. And I've been rereading my favorite story, Super Gene. It is a Chinese web novel that was translated into English recently. And I read all 3,000 chapters because I liked the story that much. And then I got an app called Speechify, and I started listening to my favorite stories with Snoop Dogg narrating them. And so once I finished the new story I was reading, I loaded Super Gene up on websites that my Speechify app could read it, and I've been listening to the story with Snoop Dogg reading it. I am 500 chapters in, ladies and gentlemen, and at this point in the video, you might be wondering, doesn't this channel tend to upload content that can be applied to gaming, competitiveness, life, strangely enough, all at the same time? And the answer to that is absolutely. So even though I'm about to play you an excerpt from the story Super Gene with Snoop Dogg reading it, this excerpt is going to help demonstrate a fundamental part of our lives that plays out very powerfully in the League of Legends community, originated in the poker community, and it is something that can be utilized for you or against you in your day-to-day life. Now, fair warning, as I said, this story was translated. It was translated on a cheap app, and while I think the story itself is absolutely phenomenal, I think the translation job that was done to it was a little rough. So at times there will be small grammatical errors or typos, and I ask you to just bear with me. The story itself is worth it. And leading context to the excerpt of the story you are about to hear, Han Sen is our main character. He has tilted Annie, one of the other characters. Han Sen is much weaker than Annie. Annie, very scary, very angry woman, very scary, angry woman.
Super Gene Web Novel Chapter 519. Hunting on the bottom of the lake. You really dared to fight me. Annie was dazed. She did not believe that Han Sen dared to fight her. In terms of real fighting abilities, Han Sen was quite weak compared to her. Yes, but hands only. Han Sen smiled. Han Sen explained himself. What he was talking about was to play red hand. If she were to fight him, Han Sen might not even be able to survive 2 or 3 strikes from Annie. Okay. After hearing Han Sen's explanation, Annie agreed without hesitation. The fact that she was not able to use her strength just now made her feel quite sullen. Although there were many limitations in terms of playing red hands, she could use her own speed and strength to punish Han Sen slightly in order to avenge herself. Annie did not believe that she would still lose to Han Sen when she could use her own strength and speed. That could never happen. You made the first move just now. So, it is my turn this time, right? Han Sen asked Annie. She did not say anything but put her right hand above Han Sen's right hand. She did not believe that Han Sen could beat her with his speed. Did you know what you lost just now? Han Sen asked her suddenly. Why? Slap. Annie was still preoccupied with the fact that she had lost to Han Sen. When Han Sen mentioned it, she was distracted immediately. When she was about to ask why, Han Sen's hand had already hit hers. You are shameless. Annie gritted teeth, wanting to kill Han Sen immediately. The game is all about tricks. If they are not allowed, you should say that earlier. Tell me, are tricks allowed? Han Sen asked, smiling, as you slap. When Annie just said 2 words, she was hit on her hand again. Annie was so pissed that she almost vomited blood. Staring at Han Sen with her eyes wide, she almost looked like a tigress that was about to swallow Han Sen. Han Sen played red hands with Annie from the very beginning. It would be hard for him to hit her even with his sneak attack skills, considering her reflex and speed as a surpasser. However, because Han Sen had already broken the piece of her mind earlier, she could no longer treat the game normally, which was why he was able to affect her state of mind and hit her unexpectedly. At this point, Annie's mind had become a mess. She was watching out for Han Sen at any moment. However, the more she did that, the easier it was for her to be hit. Slap, slap, slap. Annie stared her eyes wide, watching Han Sen as if she had seen a ghost. She was both sullen and angry. There was no way she could understand why she would not be able to dodge Han Sen's strikes based on her speed. She hated Han Sen's shamelessness and wickedness even more, which distracted her each time so much that she could not focus on dodging his strikes. As the stone was tossed into a well, there was bound to be ripple. The amazing fact about human mind was that sometimes you knew what the right thing to do was, but you could not control your own temper and thoughts. Annie knew that she should calm down and stay away from Han Sen's provocation. However, she was so upset at this point that Han Sen's smiles made her feel incredibly angry. There was no way she could calm down. Slap, slap, slap. Annie was hit again and again. She could not tolerate Han Sen's words. Boom. All of a sudden, electricity boomed on Annie's body, turning her into a burning light bulb.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a storytelling variation of what tilt is and what tilt does to you as a player and can do to your enemy as a player. So use this story, use this advice, use this concept wisely. I love you all as always. And if you like this format of video, give this video a like, I guess. I think I'm going to make them regardless of if you guys like them or not, because Snoop Dogg and Super Gene, there's so many themes within the story that tie into peak performance and life itself that I think I have a gold mine of content here. Peace, namaste, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video.